Yes. Well, I'll speak mostly about the United States because I know it best. I think in the U.S., people don't like politics very much, and they don't like government very much. I mean, that's why we have a more neoliberal politics because people don't like democracy, government very much. But I don't think it's a special problem today, and I don't think it's a youth problem or a recent problem. We'll show some graphs when I talk about change over time, and they're pretty flat. And actually, young people are somewhat more favorable towards government and actually somewhat less critical of politicians than older people are. So I don't think there's a special youth disaffection problem. I think there's a historic pattern of disaffection. I think our constitutional system is probably pretty broken and should be reformed fairly basically, especially if you want more political participation. But assuming that won't happen, because we do have the oldest constitution in the world and it's very hard to change. The other thing would be mass social movements that have a base in working class and poor people. Because the problem with our lack of participation is that it's unequal. Actually, this is the same in Europe, as Wolfgang Merkel said when he spoke today, that the problem is not that we don't have enough participation, because we have plenty of participation for upper class people. The problem is we don't have enough participation for working class people, and they do need political movements that will mobilize them. It's more likely, it's very hard to start a new political party in the US. It's more likely that what will happen, which is something that has happened before, is that one of the parties gets taken over and changed. I mean, the Democrats and the Republicans have been the two parties for 125 years, but they can change. The Democratic Party changed a lot, twice or three times in the 20th century. So I could imagine the Democratic Party gets changed substantially. I think there are big differences among countries, for instance, Southern Europe versus Scandinavia or the US versus Mexico. I do think that we have a common set of challenges about globalization because that means that the state always has less authority to make decisions, and that always causes some disaffection. It's not all bad because globalization is also about diversity and movement and change and freedom, but it does pose a threat for all democracies.